Welcome, foolish mortal. It's me, your ghost host, Fox, and today we're creating a spooky Halloween doll. Actually, it's more like a last-minute Halloween doll. Anyways, to start out, I'll be blushing her face with Myungyo Soft Pastels. On one side of her face, I'm using kind of pretty blushy pinks, and on the other side, since we're making this a spooky Halloween doll, we're going to be using some dark gray, because she's going to be some sort of demon zombie thing. I'm not really sure exactly what she is, all I know is that she's spooky, so that's pretty good. Now I'm going to be adding some red pigment along the line where the face changes because I think it gives it this kind of feeling that this is like some sort of wound almost. Like some of her skin was peeled back to reveal this scary face, you know? After we've done all that, I'm going to use my watercolor pencils to add some detail on her scary face. So for this, I'm kind of going a more cartoonish route. So I want like big, kind of exaggerated features. I'm giving her eye basically no detail at all. It's going to be all black. And I'm doing this weird kind of accentuating line along her cheekbone and her temple. So I think, especially with these little lines of shading that I'm adding, that it gives it kind of almost a comic book feel. And of course, I'm gonna add a very tiny upside down cross to show that she's a demon monster of some sort. Some sort of creepy evil because Halloween. On the other side of the face, I want to give her more girly features, kind of cute features, so it's like you don't expect her to have this really creepy side of her face. Now, my silly self was either too close or sprayed too much of my Mr. Super Clear. So this layer was absolutely horrible. Like I tried to darken things up, I tried to add in whites and other colors, and for some reason it didn't really take that well. This is one of the issues about Mr. Super Clear. You have to be like a certain distance, you have to spray a certain amount, or else you're gonna get kind of a gammy, gross layer. Honestly, I kind of gave up trying to use my colored pencils on this since I messed up with that layer really bad. So I ended up busting out some white paint just to add it into her eyes. And I'm gonna go back in later. I did this off camera and I made everything darker with some Sharpies because it worked. And that's what she looks like after I've gone in with the Sharpies. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch as much detail as I like to whenever I do the eyes, but in a pinch, it works, so I'm not mad about it. Now I'm gonna bust out my white paint one more time, and I'm just gonna add a few little details, little highlights on her scary face, just because I think it adds to that little cartoony factor that I was talking about earlier. Of course, no Halloween doll would be complete without some fake blood. So for this, I'm brushing on some red acrylic paint. And I'm also going to water this down a little bit so it has more of a little drippy factor to it. But I'm going to be adding this on the top of her forehead. I'm also going to be adding it in some spots closer to her jawline. And then I'm also going to add some watered down red along the line where the faces are changing, because I think it adds a little more depth to it. And now for the piece de resistance. I am going to be making her a little mask, so it kind of looks like, oh, she's a completely normal person, and then she pulls away the mask and she's got her little scary face. But for this, I'm using one of the halves of the face from Euphoria. If you haven't seen that, go find it. I'll put a link in the description. And I'm going to be painting this white, so it's more like a porcelain mask. After it's painted white, I'm going in with some Sharpies, I'm adding some lipstick and an eyebrow and some blush, so it's kind of one of those cutesy stylized porcelain masks. I don't even know how to describe it, it made sense in my head. And because I didn't show it, I just wanted to say I'm going to be adding a handle onto this, but it's actually just a sewing needle that I stuck through the face. So guys, here she is. This is my Halloween doll. I really like her. I did this all in like one day and I was super stressed, so I apologize that this is kind of late. But I hope you like her. I hope it feels very spooky to you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, all that other good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye!